This is Laura Summer, the original Janine Melnitz on The Real Ghostbusters, and you're listening to the Frog Brothers Podcast.
Welcome back to Haunted by Tapes with the Frog Brothers Podcast.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Haunted by Tapes, presented by the Frog Bros Podcast. What is...
Don't adjust your screen.
What is that?
this?
What the hell is that?
Why is
Is
everything
what
so red?
happens when you are abducted.
Is it a fire?
Screwing up my rods and cones.
I think
In the
there's-
sky?
I think there's a fire in the sky.
Is it a fire in the sky?
There's a fire in the
From
sky.
1993?
3.
From 1993, Fire in the Sky? Haunted by Tapes? Frog Brothers Podcast.
The Travis
Welcome.
Walton story.
Exactly.
So,
I
that's
have the
tonight's-
DVD behind you, Nick. To your other side. Sitting on top there. The other behind you.
Get the fuck out of here, Top Gun.
You've had enough, Top Gun.
Now it wants to be bottom gun.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a new top in town.
So, this movie opens up with some lights, right? In the forest, and they're beaming through, right?
No.
Yes.
That's not how it opened, was it?
Yeah, but they're truck lights.
Yeah, it's
the
the
truck
truck
fleeing.
Yeah, okay.
And it drives back down to the bar or whatever they're at, the local bar there.
Everyone walks in all fucking spooked, being quiet. Everyone's already basically making you wonder what the fuck's wrong with these assholes.
It's a pretty interesting intro to a movie. I mean, you're getting right into the shit. I like that.
Yeah. And it throws you off a bit because immediately, like, everyone going into this, I think, knows it's an alien abduction film.
Yeah.
And then you're like, okay, what the fuck? And then you're like, oh, we're not starting with that. Oh, well, what are we doing here?
Yeah. And it goes into, they have the other cops show up and they go to tell their story. Basically,
Yeah, they're
that's
like,
when
hey,
you flash
remember,
back.
remember what we're sticking to the story.
Yeah. And the one cop is in Ace Ventura.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He
hasn't watched his jockstrap in 5 years because he thinks flies are lucky.
I don't
Yeah.
give a good goddamn about that fish.
Exactly. All I cares about is winning the Super Bowl.
Saute it or fillet it. Whatever the fuck is it?
Yeah. It's amazing.
Find that fish or find new jobs.
You get the little inspirational Travis on their motorcycle driving through, and then the girl getting him the bagels or donuts or whatever the hell it is. Can't tell. She gives him a bag of some shit. And he gives off Richard Dreyfuss and Jaws vibes to me with shaved face.
Yeah.
At least for the first half of the movie he does. Which
Yeah.
I like.
For an alien abduction movie, this actually really carries the story, and it's not just strictly alien shit, which they could have easily gone with.
This movie does get criticism for having a lot of slow moments without shit happening, but it is, if you can get enveloped into the characters, it's
Well, a lot of
it's fine. It's great.
A lot of us, they think they killed him.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
killed
you're
him?
forgetting that there's that whole subplot line at the beginning, and this is all based on
Right.
Travis Walton's book.
If this
which
was
is-
a completely fabricated story, which obviously it's based on some sort of reality, like
no,
that part of it is.
They did say they made some of the stuff on the spaceship and some of the real goings on in the town a
Right.
little more dramatic, just to make it have a
More-
little more
more
depth.
dramatic?
Yeah.
For this drama film.
Yeah, I call him a dollar store Richard Dreyfuss. It's a bit of a slow character build, and then the funny thing, he's like pitching MT Motors to him,
Yeah, he's pitching MT Motors to fucking Robert Patrick.
the T1000.
Yeah, and he's fucking like unrecognizable in this role, really, with the hair, the hat, and everything. Like,
Yeah. Have you seen Travis Walton?
If it wasn't for his pretty eyes, you would never know.
well, it just shows you how great of an actor he is, right? As the T1000, you're so used to him like looking menacing and being fucking mean and clean cut, and
Yeah.
here you're like, holy
And
shit,
turning into
like, this guy's
liquid.
got some chops.
He didn't turn into liquid once.
And we basically get them driving up their truck and going to work.
Yep, getting that truck started for their government contract.
We
They're
get-
loggers.
We get plenty of inspirational music during a tragedy where they're doing deforestation.
Yeah.
if you think too much about it, it's kind of depressing.
They're deforesting, yeah.
Headband dude is an edgelord,
Yes, he is.
modern edgelord. He's like, nah, man, I'm so cool, man. Look at this chainsaw. I'm gonna fuck you up.
Yeah, he gets right in his fucking face with it, and you're like, okay, these two have obviously had something sour before.
Yeah, and then they kind of flash back to the police.
He saw the size of Travis's dick and became insanely jealous. Basically.
Probably how the aliens were, too. They saw his dick, too.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I don't
shit.
think those aliens had any genitals.
Well, they didn't show him.
Didn't they?
Yeah, they weren't naked.
They were running, dragging them along. I didn't see anything dangling.
Maybe it doesn't dangle.
Yeah.
Pussy dangle?
Maybe they have penis fingers.
I mean, sometimes, but like it doesn't always. Hell, dicks don't always dangle. You got some motherfuckers with buttons out there.
yeah, they're
And
growers.
Lord
not
bless you.
showers.
I'm sorry, but it's
Yeah.
true.
Maybe they have penis fingers.
You think all these aliens had micro penises because they traveled better to space?
Penis fingers.
They could too.
Probably. They're further evolved life forms, so they'd have tiny penises.
Is that
Tell
how that
yourself
works?
whatever you need to.
I'm highly evolved,
Exactly.
ladies.
That's good. Good stuff. Yeah, then they basically see the thing and they say it looked like a fire.
Yeah, and Travis, dumbass, gets out of the fucking truck and runs up underneath the light.
Aliens aren't very stealthy if they make the whole fucking area turn red.
I do like the visual of
The ship looked pretty good above
Exactly.
the tree line there, for
Looked like
especially for the time.
well, the time I like those visuals.
It looked like
though.
an
Those
egg.
visuals
Yeah.
are nostalgic to me, so it hits just right. All the visuals in this hit right for me.
It feels like a way darker version of E.T., right? Which makes sense for some of these things, right? With some of these ships coming in.
Yeah, it
So-
has vibes of Close Encounters too, and
Mm-hmm.
other alien movies in general, because they all kind of have a little bit in common. At least certain genre ones do.
And then we see basically him get fucking hit by the light and go flying.
Yeah, that's interesting. And then they all basically are like, "He's fucking dead, man! Drive off! He's fucking
Yeah,
dead!"
he's probably dead. Let's go.
And then
They leave him there.
they eventually go back once they're down the hill and they fucking feel guilty and he's gone. Long gone.
Yep.
Well, T-1000 went back anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, the radio fucked up too when they were driving towards the fire. That was interesting. Just pretty
Yeah.
typical shit, but.
Mm-hmm.
The light switched from red to blue. All the visuals in there are awesome. The smoke and the light coming down on him and all that stuff.
Fucking terrifying. Like, so I saw this movie as a kid in theaters and holy fuck. Like, some of that was like disturbing right away just because I don't think I'd seen anything like that before, but it definitely started my fascination with aliens, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. So yeah, he searched and he doesn't find him, and then the cop basically isn't believing them, especially the whatever guy that came to town. What's his name?
Well, the sheriff doesn't believe him,
James
so they
Gardner.
hire in outside hand, right? Isn't he a lieutenant or something? I think they were saying.
Maybe.
Oh, he finds the National Inquisitor in their truck.
I missed that, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. When they're talking out there and they're like, look at this beat up truck and shit, and they go there, and then the fucking guy who came to town just reaches into their truck and grabs the shit because their windows are down.
Mm-hmm.
And it has something about aliens on it, so he's thinking, it's all made up.
And then there's the whole public opinion.
And it's on the radio, like he gets home and Travis Walton's girlfriend's there. I think it's his girlfriend at that point.
Yeah, the other or T-1000 sister, right?
And his wife, too, so he's
Yeah.
dealing with all that.
Yeah, and
And
his
they're
marriage.
having marital strife.
And
yeah.
Travis's brother at the search party comes up and is like, hey,
Oh yeah.
look at my fucking neck beard. It is necking.
Set him
Yeah.
up. He threatens him. Yeah.
Basically,
Yeah.
like, if there's anything happening to him, I'm holding you personally responsible.
They see a Native American guy walking in the woods, and he just explains that there's a reservation nearby, which makes sense because there's a lot of UFO culture and Native American culture tied in together. So,
For sure.
and they find something, and they're all digging and burying it, and it ends up being just a dog, which is sadder than a human.
The dog was abducted as well.
And basically, even T-1000's wife thinks he did it.
Yeah, like they get into a huge argument, and their marriage is already shit. You can tell just by the tension immediately in there.
So
Which at the end of the movie, it does tell you that they fucking get divorced like within a year or 2 years after that. So
And he goes to the hotel, basically.
Mm-hmm.
and checks in there, and the guy's like, yeah, well, I'm booked the day after tonight, so you're fucked. Reporters and sightseers and UFOologists.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know if he says UFOologist, but that, it's the thing.
Basically.
Yeah.
And then the one guy gives him the card, who comes back later. The AFAK card or whatever, AFIR. AFAR. Then he gets an offer for the lie detector test. They go to check that out. And he goes and lies to the cops about it. He doesn't know where Dallas is, and he goes to Dallas and tells them basically, yo, we got to do this lie detector test. Do you want to do it? And he basically explains that, no, they're going to pin this on me because they can press murder charges without a body. They don't need a body. And I'll tell you what, they've already basically decided that they're going to try to pin it on me because they have to pin it on somebody.
And he thinks the other guys will
rat on him.
say he did it too. Yeah.
And then the T-1000 walks in on a town meeting where they're all talking shit on him.
Town hall, yeah, and he basically calls him out on it.
Yeah. I went to school with you. My kids are in school with your kids.
Yeah.
I fucked you in the butt one time.
Yeah. I buy groceries from your store, basically. Basically calling everyone out in that small-ass town like, fuck you guys. You guys really think I'd kill my best friend? Who's banging my sister?
I pay you in firewood for hand jobs.
Yeah, exactly.
And then they go and do the test. Then that interesting. It's shot well, just the way they do the stupid test, where you ask one question with this person, you move on to the next.
I always wanted to know what those marks mean.
And they always do those control questions, too.
And
just so
those
in
are
the movies,
that's as far as
little-
I can understand, that shit's pseudoscience.
It's not
Oh, it is.
admissible in
It's- yeah.
court,
Yeah,
but they believe it's accurate.
some people do.
It can be fooled sometimes, or
Yeah, that's basically testing
I
your
think
stress
if you
level.
clench your anus, you can do it.
Well, I say-
you can pass a test.
if you believe it, it's not a lie.
That's true, but clench your anus while you lie. Actually, clench your anus the whole time.
Is that true?
Yes.
Yeah, or some people put like a thumbtack on their shoe to have that tension in
Oh,
their
the
body
pain,
to always
yeah.
throw it off. Yeah, there's all kinds of shit out there on this stuff.
Yeah, I would just flex every muscle in my body, or think about stuff to take an erection.
But
pill
I guess
before
if
you
you're
go.
lie detecting 4 or 5 people about the same thing, the odds of them all fooling it are probably slim.
Yeah.
He gets call in the middle of the night, and it is Travis, and he's like, "Mike, help me."
He
Yeah,
seems
that's-
too traumatized when they get there to have made a phone call.
Yeah, a little bit. And he's just screaming when she touches him.
Fucking aliens didn't even give him his clothes back.
No.
Did they take it back to their alien mall and sell his clothes, or what?
They probably
the alien
kept
thrift
them
store.
for research.
The alien Goodwill.
Well, not
Yeah.
the Goodwill. That's a donation. I'm talking about the thrift store where you can sell it.
No, they sell it at Goodwill.
Well, they do, but you don't.
Right.
I'll take your donations.
He didn't sell his clothes.
Uh,
He's going to have to fucking cancel his credit cards.
Yeah, they find him naked. He's screaming. They take him to a shed for an interview. It looks like a shed.
Yeah, what's the deal with that guy? Telling them that they can't fucking be in there unless they shut up. And fuck are you?
Right. That's the guy from afar, from earlier, and they get him dressed and leaving, and take him to the hospital and shit.
Yeah, and then they
he,
basically start getting ready for that welcome home party or whatever, right?
yeah, eventually he leaves the hospital in his clothes, and the cop he's sitting in the car, and the cop is giving him shit. Oh, where you been? It's pretty nice being famous, huh? People want to pay for your story, right?
Yeah, he thinks that's why they did.
I don't know why he sounds like the guy from the Pepperidge Farm commercials, but
Good question.
what are you reading the fucking plot of this thing? You didn't take notes?
Trying to read about
Anal probes.
the cop in it. James Gardner's Lieutenant Frank Waters.
Lieutenant Frank Drebin.
Yeah, so then you go to the party, and he hides under the table,
He gets some maple syrup on his face.
and that triggers his memory,
Well, he's already shaking under that table, but that maple syrup, man.
triggers his wake up in the spaceship.
Like, as a kid, I didn't realize he was having PTSD when I saw this in the theater. That whole thing, where there's a grown man shaking because You know, like, you never see a man, like, having issues, right?
Yeah.
Showing emotion.
Yeah, exactly.
Except
You're-
anger.
You're trained not to. Anyway, so he's, like, flipping out under there. That syrup gets in his mouth, and all of a sudden you see him in that little fucking thing, and that freaked me out as a kid.
The aliens are big into maple syrup.
Yeah. I like the effects here. The way they did this flesh, it reminds me of Independence Day, like how well that looks when they're cutting open the bio suit and stuff. Like, it looks dope.
Yeah, it's really well done.
And
And
then
it's
he kind of
fucking
rips
terrifying.
through and then floats in that area for a little while and tries to move around. Finds a dead body that's really fucked up.
There's
Yeah.
like
Like-
variable gravity on the.
Like, it looks
ship.
like it's being absorbed or eaten but rotting. Like, it's a weird looking
Yeah,
thing.
that fucking was terrifying as a kid. I'll tell you that. You're like, what the fuck?
Sees the keys floating.
So why did they end up letting him go?
He was a pain in the ass, I think.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, because...
That's kind of what it implies, because he causes enough trouble when he's on there after he's fucking up again, right?
Like, fuck this guy.
What'd you guys think of the alien design?
Great.
The aliens are okay, yeah. I'm much...
Hey.
Yeah, they're okay. It's more traumatizing to see what they do to him, like how they stretch that shit over him to keep him in place.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's like
And I guess they
so fascinating.
put that needle in his eye.
Yeah, the look
Yeah,
of the aliens
all of that
is
shit when
yeah.
they put
Well,
the
they have the
vomit shit in his mouth and
their standard gray alien as like a suit.
yeah, they show
Or
that he
whatever.
saw that they were suits and then one catches him and
Then they actually look like tiny, shrunken, shriveled up humans almost.
when he's being dragged down the hall though, it looks like he's being dragged through the set of every 90s music video.
Probably all they used.
It looks like he's being dragged through Smells Like Teen Spirit. Like, you just expect to see Kurt Cobain
Blows it up.
on a
Jesus Christ.
You never know where he's going.
man.
Yeah, without that's true.
Yeah, I wasn't. I'm just shocked.
He's like, holy shit, you just derailed my train of thought, Kurt.
All I can think of is no. I probably would have, if I was going to go that far, I probably would have made something joke about the aliens, either taking Kurt
Well, I
Cobain
wouldn't
away
joke about him blowing his head off.
or
Courtney loved doing it, like everyone wants to believe.
no. I wouldn't make that joke. I would make a joke about the aliens fucking the bullet hole in his head,
No, like, I don't think there's a bullet hole. I think there's very little head left.
the neck.
It wasn't a small pistol from.
I don't think they ever had his photos on
I
Rotten.
don't know. Maybe there was.
Oh my
a,
god!
You don't think
Remember
he
that
I
had?
love Rotten.
You don't think he had an open casket?
No,
an open casket.
I would love to go to a Kurt Cobain.
it might have been open
casket.
at his feet.
If
but-
his head was a casket, then yes, it was an open casket funeral.
Oh god.
Too much? Yeah, you know who you're listening to. Don't worry about it.
Solid.
No, it was liquid mostly after that.
It definitely wasn't solid.
Is this where I tell my alien encounter story?
No,
I
not
suppose.
yet.
Hold on.
Oh, yeah.
Are we
Let me
done
get
yet?
some. I got to get some music for this. Something.
When they abducted you.
I wasn't abducted.
Oh, shit. Well, that's disappointing. What
I
do we
don't-
got to do to get you abducted?
If I was, I don't remember.
Alec is still looking for music.
Are you looking for his creepy music?
He's got to find something
Oh, is it the X Files or Unsolved Mysteries?
Excuse the yawn. It's like 1 o'clock here in the morning right now as we record this.
Yeah. Give me 1 second. I'll pull up some music here in just.
No,
a
but that
moment.
whole abduction flashback is the scariest part of
Yeah,
this
I don't
movie,
think we talked
especially
about the
as
end
a
of
kid.
the movie yet. So,
And then, yeah.
and then it flashes forward like 2.5 years because he's had one kid and another on the way.
Well, when he eventually goes and catches back up with Mike Rogers, yeah, he's basically... He's divorced and like a fucking recluse in the woods.
Mm-hmm. And his hair is even longer.
Yeah, his hair's longer.
Yeah, he has the beard.
You forget about the whole thing, though, them hassling Travis. When he comes back, they're like, where the fuck you been? And nobody fucking believes him still, even though there's all this stuff going
Where
on.
do you
And
think he went?
They
He was
think
at,
they was just
they think
fucking-
he was at the one hotel that whole
they think
time?
he was fucking faking all this just for publicity based off
I
of
know,
them.
but where was he at? Where would he have been at?
I
Hanging
don't know,
out in the
with the
woods?
dog's not having a scent or anything
Camping?
like that, that's the thing. No one could explain any of that. Like, with the dog being able to get the scent and, like, searching for that, right? It would have been like, okay, here's where the scent disappears at this hotel. So, and they eventually went back and did lie detector tests, I think, as they were working on this
Yeah,
film.
it said in the closing,
Yeah, there's some closing notes
some
in there.
closing text that
So,
they say somebody died or can't remember what all it said. But yeah, they did lie detectors again on all of them, and they all passed.
Yeah, no,
It
Mike.
was
and,
no longer inconclusive.
Mike and his wife got divorced, and then our old pal Travis is married with a kid.
He
I
had
think,
2 alien hybrid children.
Mm-hmm.
Because they...
Which I think becomes a plotline in later seasons of the X-Files as part of the conspiracy.
Yeah, I know the aliens didn't genetically modify his sperm, and now he's, like, giving birth to these hybrids.
I don't know. We don't know that.
These half-breed alien humans.
Why would they be half-breeds?
Because they're half human, half alien.
Wouldn't that be evolved if you're
No.
a partial alien? You don't know shit about
And-
fuck.
Ooh. What are you doing there?
Old Travis Walton here, man. He's on the UFO circuit, man. He's out there doing
Yeah,
stuff.
we gotta
still,
get him
talking.
on. We gotta get him on the program. Talk about...
I need him and Dan Aykroyd in a room talking about their alien encounters.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I really need. And you and Alec to tell your alien encounters as well.
Wait, Alec has one?
I have.
Oh, yeah, you said you saw something.
I've seen some things.
He's seen shit.
All right, I got the only thing I got already downloaded because my computer is like I don't want to fuck with it and try to download shit while we're doing this, but I have this on here. So begin your story.
Turn it down.
Yeah, now tell your story.
Well, it was almost exactly 10 years after this movie came out. It was 2003. Don't do that. You're going to throw me off.
tell your story, Nick.
And it was in Hannibal, Missouri. My mom and stepdad had a house overlooking the Mississippi River. And so I was like 20 years old. 2 of my friends were with me. We went out to my parents' house. They're out in the country, overlooking the river. I don't know why we went there. Probably to get some food or something. And as we went to leave, hovering over the river was some kind of aircraft.
Helicopter.
No.
I'm a skeptic here. I'm playing the role.
Half of the time, it was a big glowing ball of light about the size of the moon. And then it would go down to blinking lights like an aircraft. And then it was just maneuvering around really weird. And then it would go back up to being this ball of light like the size of the moon.
Who are your friends that were with you, and can they corroborate this
Yeah.
alien encounter?
Well, my hometown friend Justin tries to deny it. He's like, I think he later on came around yeah. But then my friend Ronnie, he was like, it was like 2, 3 in the morning.
Were you guys habitually using stimulants, drugs, alcohol?
I wasn't using anything. Ronnie definitely wasn't either. I don't know about Justin. But we watched it for a long time. And of course, this is before phone cameras. I went inside to get my mom's camcorder, but it was dead. It just hadn't been charged. You know how those were back then.
Well, yeah, she probably was making homemade porn.
Yeah, probably. And
Take the tape out.
we watched it for a long time. It was
the porn or the...
but it was still there doing it when we left. It didn't go away or disappear.
Were there any other local sightings? Did anyone else confirm
I
it?
don't know.
You never asked around?
I don't remember.
You didn't?
Imagine the money I would have got selling that, though, if I'd actually got it on tape.
Well, yeah, but
The National Inquisitor.
But what else would it have
here
been?
For it.
No human aircraft I don't know why an alien aircraft would either, but turn into a big ball of light the size of the moon. And the way it was maneuvering, just...
I have 2 stories for you.
Okay.
One time I was with no.
no, you
What are
want
you
the,
doing?
you want the verb up?
Yeah. You gotta have the verb for this. It sets the mood. Let me turn this up a little bit too. Hey, while we're at it. One time I was driving back from smoking weed at a lake with some people.
Were you alone?
Doesn't sound good already. From a man who's already high.
Me driving. And my friend, who I will remain nameless, was like, "Look at that! There's a UFO shooting across the sky. Look at that! Do you see it?" And I looked up, and it was a freeway overpass.
Are these stories just going to be you and your high friends?
No, the second one. Well, the second one, I was driving late at night.
What state?
And Mississippi. North Mississippi. I was driving. And I saw a red dot in the sky.
Was it Mars?
No. But it did move. And it went like... like kind of like just a down C shape. And I don't know what it was. I don't think it was aliens necessarily. It'd be pretty cool if it was aliens. No, I'm sorry. I take that back. It was aliens. I think it was aliens.
I don't know what else mine could have been.
And then
You don't think it could have been experimental United States military aircraft?
Why would they design it to turn into a big ball of light?
to be fair,
Why not?
I was high. My contacts weren't in.
Oh, okay.
I had been rubbing my eyes a lot that day.
You don't wear contacts.
I'm known for lying. Like,
He doesn't even wear contacts.
there was a glare too, and there's lots of lights in my car that are all red, and there's glare. So I mean,
You mock me, sir.
yeah, no, I don't wear contacts, so that was just a joke. Yes,
Mine was definitely an alien aircraft.
it was definitely an alien.
And I had two
aircraft.
witnesses.
That denied the experience.
No.
And no one else nearby saw it.
Justin wanted to deny it was aliens, but what else could it be?
Shut this off. Shut these all off.
Alien encounters of the skeptical
Frog
kind.
Brothers podcast.
I haven't had any. I thought we were going to have one, what was it, just over a year ago, I think, right when we walked outside and we saw all of Elon
Oh,
Musk's
the Starlink.
internet.
When
When
Starlink
Starlink
satellites.
launched,
Everybody thought it was
All those
alien.
fucking low orbit satellites coming flying by and like that. You're like, oh, cool, we're being invaded. This shit
I walked
sucks
outside.
Anyway. Then you called me over at my place. Then you're like, check this out, shit. I go out
No,
front, I'm
literally,
like,
I
what
was
the
freaking
fuck?
out because it was a line of them. You could see them, and they were
Yeah.
just moving too. And I was like, "This is it. This is definitely it."
Like you guys could see it over here, but I couldn't see it over in Kansas side, I think.
By the time we got to you, I think it was
That would have been
invisible.
later, too.
It already
yeah.
passed,
People
yeah.
could see it in different states, man. Like you could see the same thing in Mississippi, but it was like more towards the horizon, you know. Because I called other people and was like, "What the fuck?" until we figured out what it was. But it was insane because I walked out in first and just kind of panicked for a minute,
What, you think they would...
and then I called Justin because I was like, "I have to confirm that I'm not fucking hallucinating this."
You think they would better inform the public that a string of lights is going to be in the sky later?
You'd think it'd be a big deal because it was cool to watch too.
Yeah,
I don't feel
that'd
like
have
they
been good
talked about it
advertising.
before, just after.
Yeah, weird.
Maybe they were afraid of people fucking with a launch or something.
Shit. I was ready for aliens. Bummed out.
Yeah, I wish they'd come down and kill everybody.
I'd like to talk to Travis Walton, though, to see, like, if his depiction of the aliens and his encounter on the ship was exactly as he remembers, or if
And
that was the
if they did-
sensationalized parts.
I would just like to ask him, when they took you up into that spaceship,
They
did they abuse you sexually?
Sexually. Well, that's it for this episode. I hope you guys like Fire in the Sky. It's a fucking awesome movie.
Yeah.
You got to be patient with it, though, because it's not like alien invasion. It's an alien abduction, so you
Yeah.
got to have that right mindset for it. Open up your butthole, wink your brown eye.
I kinda
and
wanna watch
let
those-
the alien craft inside.
I want to watch those documentaries, too.
I want to watch Unsolved Mysteries now. That's what I'm
I
in the
always
mood
want to
for.
watch Unsolved Mysteries.
I mean, I watch it a lot because
Did they do an episode on this?
Probably. Maybe not.
I think I remember saying that they did, but I don't know.
I mean, they covered most of the things. Anyway, the point is, subscribe to the podcast. Follow us on all of our social medias and things. TikTok.
And be sure to leave us a voicemail with your alien encounters.
Yeah, that would be good. We'll play them back
Yeah, we'll
and
put
react
up
to
on
them
our,
and tell you how we think they're
Or-
bullshit.
We'll
or
put them
type-
up on our Patreon.
Or type them out and we'll read them.
Yeah,
something
that
like
too. We can narrate them.
Good night, everybody.
Night. Shut this off. Shut these all off.